Yo. This is the Breaking the Narrative podcast with Tony and Teddy.
Okay, so you just want to put my name first. All right. I get it.
Not following the script is me already. So we're going to get into this. Well, I can't say 4.5 because it's going to be more fours. So I'll just say 4.2.
No, it probably can't even be 4.2. It'd just be music, something else.
Yeah, music. Yeah, we'll say episode 4.1, and then 4.2, and then 4. And then
do we really want to have to go that far with it, man? Like, this would be too many of them.
Yeah,
like, we had to do 4 point.
Yeah, we'll probably do this one and another one, and this maybe down the line revisit it or something. But anyways, we're going to be getting into the whole good guy, bad guy narrative of music.
Yeah.
Hip hop, rap, R&B. We can do R&B slightly too because it's the same thing in that field. Where basically we're gonna talk about the balance of music. You know, back in the day, 2000s, 90s. You know, I'm not sure about the 80s. Well, you can do 80s. We can touch on the 80s, I guess.
I mean, yeah, they did have somewhat.
But it runs rampant right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to explain what the good guy in rap is and the bad guy in rap is, or you want me to?
Well,
yeah.
Okay, this is kind of like a concept we were thinking of the other day, and we were mentioning how good of a rapper that Common actually was, but then we tried like comparing him to other artists, and then we was like, oh, man, he seemed more like the good guy rapper, like somebody who's not gonna just jump out there and be like in your face with a lot of his shit. He's just gonna give you some mellow, like really well thought out lyrics, but it's not gonna put you over the top as far as like hype or anything like that. It's gonna give you that mellow vibe,
Right.
and you're gonna get it. And you're gonna understand. You're gonna vibe with it.
Right. So
But,
after a long ride home from work, you know, something cool to listen to.
yeah.
You know, I like it. So is Common considered one of your favorite artists of all time?
Nah, he's not.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Like, he's
Just
not.
had
But
to ask.
I understand. Like, I mean, he's a real good rapper. I'm not gonna lie to that. Like
Very underestimated.
Yeah, he's one of the OGs, man. Like,
Yeah.
and he's still consistent.
Shout out Common Sense, man.
Yes, sir. Shouts out, bro. Like,
Yeah.
This man, like, he has classics.
Yeah, definitely got classics. Plenty of classics.
Yeah,
Yeah, he could do one of those verses, the hit versus hit.
yeah, he probably could.
He could do one of them. He'll probably die by the wayside, but, but he has his.
This depends on who he goes up against.
Well, that's true too. It would have to be another good guy.
I can't really like. I mean,
he can't go against a bad guy.
Yeah.
He'll die. But he'll die against a bad guy,
He really would,
and he'll definitely get killed by a versatile artist.
You could put him up against like a Slick Rick or somebody. Like, think that'll work?
Well, I mean, that's from. Of course, he's going to be better than them. I don't know, but Slick Rick was a good storyteller.
OG.
Yeah. Common had to go up against like Talib Kweli or Most Def.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I still think Most might have.
But that's a matchup though. That's what I'm saying.
It is though. It is.
It's not too many people we can match him up against where we'll be like, you know what, Common and win that one. Like, you know, like
if we was going lyric for lyric and shit, like Most Def would fucking destroy him. But I mean, we going by hit for hit.
Yeah, hit for hit. So
Man,
he stands a chance.
But
he still might lose. I mean, he still might lose, but you know,
like it'll be a gentleman's 30.
yeah, he got classics though.
He does.
I'll sit there and vibe.
Yeah, the little you got me, bro. Like, that's on.
Yeah.
That's
The one with Mary J. Blige, Come Close. That's one of my favorites.
I used to love her like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Come close to me, man. Yeah.
Man,
I like Testify. Before you lock my love away. Can't even let me testify. Yeah, I like call it dope. It's just that in that era, you know, you could be dope, but in that era, it was already too much uncut cocaine around.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
like it's just it's you listen to that, but it's hard to like put that at the forefront when that's coming out, and you got like Jesus at this time it's like with DMX and Jay-Z and Ja Rule.
Yeah,
And,
it's kind of like unfair competition.
yeah, and then you got like Ludacris and
Man.
from other regions, Nelly and Eminem and the West Coast, and it's
Man, the West Coast, like, they had some niggas, bruh.
yeah,
They had some niggas.
and 2000 what was that? I don't know, in 2003 or maybe even if it's 2005, it's like 50 Cent at this time is like
Yeah, Outkast is still doing their thing.
yeah, because they're gearing up for the speaker box and the Love
Yeah.
Below.
Sorry, Miss Jackson.
Yeah, and it's like that's too much. It's too much firepower.
It really was, bruh. Like, they had so much going on as far as, like the... I'm not even gonna lie, like, it was so much balance back
Yeah.
then. It was a lot.
So-
Yeah.
So does Outkast count as good guys? Count as good guys, right?
I would count them more as, like, the good guy rappers.
Yeah.
Because they really didn't have much in the way of, like, violence in their bars, for real.
And if they did, it was play violence.
Yeah.
Like, the whole Carolina, the Rosa song is like, that's play violence, like where, she's crashing into a ditch and all of this.
Yeah, and then but then they
just
give you
playing.
but then they give you Rosa Parks.
Yeah. Outkast is considered the good. All right, so how do you think good guy music stands up against bad guy music?
I mean, it definitely wasn't as popular. I give you that. Like, it wasn't as popular. But not to say they can't make a hit.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
it just feels like it stands up differently.
Yeah, it does.
Because, and I'm a huge Jay-Z fan, so I want to quote this Jay-Z line, and he says, "Truthfully, I want to rhyme like common sense, but then I sold 5 mil, and I ain't been rhyming like common sense." And that, and that in a nutshell, lets me know like what's glorified more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People gravitate to that gritty, dark, grimy thing way more than they gravitate to both. But it's like I feel like people choose that over it because even if you don't relate to that dark side, it just pulls you in.
Yeah. I can understand that.
Yeah, and even if that's not our perspective to the masses, like you have like the kids who never grew up in the hood, seeing what goes on in the hood, and they want to be a part of that because that's what gets glorified.
Yeah.
Versus like, well, I can't even speak like that because when I seen Outkast do the whole little hey ya and then
Yeah, I remember that song was a classic
yeah,
too.
and then Big Boy is I like the way
Man, with Sleepy
like,
Brown.
yeah,
boy.
like and it's like even when I'm saying that I'm like this music can stand up to that. Like they're selling more,
Yeah.
or they're selling on par because at that time they're selling on par with like Kanye West and 50 Cent and whatnot.
I mean, even better, like Kanye was like considered one of the good guy rappers.
I still would consider him a good guy. He's just a nut. No offense.
I mean, you can't say he a nut and then say no offense.
No offense.
It's contradicting.
No, I'm a nut. So he's on my side. Kanye is definitely a good guy. He's a good guy.
Man, like he started off with Through the Wire, man. It's just like, come on, man. Like you,
How classic was that?
'cause I was listening to that song a couple weeks ago,
Yeah,
and it's just like, oh my goodness, like it's so iconic.
it's definitely iconic.
That like,
First of all, shout out to Shaka Khan.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, look, man. Did you see Shaka when she was younger? Oh my
You
goodness.
see Shaka Khan now?
It doesn't even matter. Yeah,
I-
even
I-
with
I
her
still-
older.
I still take her now.
Yeah, older age. Yeah, it seemed like she looked like as far as like her face is concerned, like she grew into her face like as she got
Right.
older.
Yeah,
But-
she was heavily back then, but
Man, but-
trust me, I'm not gonna turn it down now.
Man, younger, but she was just like, good lord, and she was with the Black Panthers, like pro black out here, man. It's
Yeah,
like
you just can't go wrong.
You can't.
You know she gonna fight with you. You know,
Man,
man,
what?
like Nowadays I'll be like, nah, chill out, man. You're a little older. I got this. You know what I'm saying? But
you go back there and get on your breathing machine.
Had the food ready when I come back. If I come back, you know what I'm saying? Just had the dinner cooking and all. Nah, but
I ain't gonna lie. It look like she can make a sweet potato pie for your ass, man.
yeah,
I'm talking about.
for Patti LaBelle.
Hell yeah, dog.
Yeah. So nowadays we have a serious problem.
Yeah.
Not too many good guys nowadays.
I mean, yeah, and then the good guys, they try to convert, and it just like it doesn't work.
Yeah, because you've been this for so long. You have to, if anything, you have to come out versatile.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so first of all, would you consider Drake a good guy? Drake is good. Is he both? Is he versatile?
Man, I think he's a good guy, but the problem is
He tries to convert to
like, yeah, it just don't fit him. Like, that's not you, dude. You from Canada.
yeah. He's a good guy, but he surrounds himself with all the bad guys.
Yeah, just it's an image thing.
Yeah, I never liked none of the except for Future. The toxic guy's Lord and Savior, Future. I just throw that out there. Shout out to Future.
Mr. For the Streets right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sensational. shout out to Future.
Yeah,
man. Now I get on board with some of the bad guys, man. Don't get me wrong. I love the good guy rap.
Yeah, I mean, they had their moments.
So what about Kendrick? Is he good?
I can definitely put Kendrick in
Or is
the
he-
conversation as a good guy.
Or is he in that gray? I kind of feel like the top three is in that gray area.
Great. I don't know, cause then you think about it, like we talked about this the other day, like the good kid, Mad City. Cause
Right.
you're saying like I'm just a good kid, and just the city, the places that I'm surrounded by, it's just that's what it is.
Right, but he still gives you that gritty too, though. You can say you can justify it, but that doesn't mean you're not that though, because you're justifying.
Okay, so all right,
Now, he's
all right.
now we're not going to put him on the bad side. I'm asking he's either on the good side or he's in the gray area.
All right, I'll give him more good side, but he can still he's still straddling the fence between good guy and gray area.
Okay, all right. What about J. Cole?
J. Cole,
J. Cole's a good guy.
yeah, good guy.
Yeah,
Come on, bro.
I never heard J. Cole say
First
nothing
things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
J. Cole's a
For
good guy.
real,
Yeah.
man.
So then it's like, as far as mainstream artists go, there's a litany of bad guys.
Man, it's too many of them, to be honest. It throws off the balance.
Right.
Like-
So I want to ask your opinion on this dynamic. Do you think it's a coincidence that the bad boy image is heavily glorified, yet the top artists of this era that we just discussed are good guys?
Well, I honestly think that it's pre-planned. They want it to be that way, but I know that realistically, people want to hear good guy rap, but they're
Right.
just forced to hear so much of the bad boy shit that they grow to quote unquote like it. Like you hear something enough, eventually it's just gonna get to the point where you just want to keep hearing it. But you still get people who are like Kendrick and Cole. Like even back when Kanye West was still like really, really, really relevant for his music and not necessarily for quote unquote foolishness.
Right.
Um,
Which also let him stand out more because he's on a label full of bad guys.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
you,
like the only
You on a label with niggas like fucking Jay-Z, Memphis Bleak,
Freeway,
Beanie Siegel.
then adding Cameron and all of them that came along.
Yeah.
And it's like he's just
He's the black sheep.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's like if you throw out all these hits, and you throw out in this same era, there's Jay-Z with these hits, there's Cameron with these hits, State Property, and then you just throw out something like in the mid, there's the same guy on this same label, Jesus Walks,
Yeah.
and you know,
Man,
like
and that one was a classic in his own.
yeah, and it's like it's just I feel like that's what helps you stand out more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because like you're surrounded by, like you said, the good guy, Mad City. You're surrounded by this bad, but you're coming with the good.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with being an individual.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm actually a huge. I don't think we can go wrong as far as like the good guy music is concerned.
Yeah, you can't really.
Yeah, I don't. Who's your favorite? And you, because you listen to more non-mainstream artists than I do. So who's your favorite like artist right now? We're gonna go over all the like errors,
Okay.
but
So
starting from 2020, maybe back to like 2010. Let's do 10 years at a time.
as of right now,
Mhm.
uh
Like a current artist, because mine's would be J. Cole.
like it's so many though.
It is. It is. It is.
Because, like I said before, like I found people off of Instagram and they have classics.
Right.
I found people like Tyrant or he goes by like on his Instagram and Facebook. It's like the Godism,
Right.
and he freestyles like
Right.
he has very good freestyle talent,
Right.
and he has very good talent for like his like just for his music and the way he writes.
But
So-
who would you rank as like does that count as your favorite though?
It doesn't-
Because you know Biggie Smalls has classics, but
All right.
he's not my favorite.
All right, is
You know.
he's not my favorite, no.
Right.
But as far as like my favorite, really, mainly because he makes his own beats, or he makes his own beats, makes beats for others, and he's a very good rapper. On top of that, like he can do regular, like normal speed, then switch it up, double time rapping. You know, the really like the quick rapping.
Right.
Then triple time that, like Twister, and then go a little bit faster than that. Like you get to the like the Tech Nine levels.
Right.
He's doing all of that at the same time, and then he could probably a lot of the time he'll switch up his flow mid verse.
Okay.
So that would be King ISO,
Okay.
and not a lot of people know about him. Like he started off with, well, technically on his own, but then jumped into Strange Music.
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't say Strange Music, but he was originally with Brain Sick Music with Twisted Insane in them. But a lot of people don't know who that is either. And that's another one of the artists that actually like he's actually considered the fastest rapper in the entire world.
So you
Well,
just like fast rappers.
no, I like all types of rappers. It doesn't matter if you rap fast, rap slow, as long as you have something as far as substance I can understand, then I'm like, all right, I got you. Like we're on board. I can get behind this. And like I said, King ISO would definitely be my number one as far as like my favorite artist right now.
Okay.
I mean, there are others that I really, really like,
Mm-hmm.
but his music, well, more often than not, it just resonates differently because he knows how to make his own beats and he knows how he wants himself to sound.
Gotcha.
So he's making the beats, mixing, and all of that for himself, and then has the lyrics already prepared. So you don't get too much better than that. Same reason why I love Cole so much, because he already knows what he wants.
Right.
And like those are like some of the best people to listen to, which are people who know their own sound so they can make their beats for themselves.
Right. And that's like I said, that's my favorite artist of this era would be J. Cole, and it's the whole Dreamville. And because I kind of feel like when you make music with them, and we had this talk a long time ago, you can't make music with them without forcing yourself to actually rap.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because it's like you will see artists that you wouldn't think could rap because they don't rap on they main music,
Mm-hmm.
but get around them and now they can rap. Like we was talking about the baby.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And they had that song, what was it? Under the Sun, right?
Yeah, Under the Sun.
Yeah, and it's like he's rapping. And J. Cole has a song with Young Thug. And it's like, wow, Young Thug is rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, same thing with 21 Savage.
right,
Like, his
right,
song, yeah.
right. And it's like, you're not used to that. You're used to the silliness and then some rap, but you're not used to like, okay, hold on. They rapping.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is good for music because it's like at the end of the day, that's what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, you don't want a nigga to body you on your own song.
Right. Even though, you know, if you're dealing with J. Cole, the odds are people gonna think it's gonna happen anyway, unless you're Kendrick or somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if they say, oh, he's going to work with 21 Savage, like, I expect him to kill 21 Savage. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I remember when they did the whole Control jump, like that whole wave, with Kendrick called out everybody.
Yeah.
And man, that right there, I think they had not planned any of that.
Well, yeah,
Like,
they said they
and I'm
didn't.
pretty sure they didn't know about anyone's verse until it came out.
Yeah, well, they said they didn't, because I'm quite sure that probably would have went a lot different
Yeah,
if niggas was hip to what was going to happen.
yeah, because I think Jay Electronica would have came out in that off like pause, but I think he would have went in.
And shout out to Jay Electronica. He's
Yeah.
like, I mess with his music.
He's an unsung hero right there, bro.
Yeah. So,
Hey.
so we're gonna take it back from 2000 to 2010. Who was your top artist?
2000 and 2010.
You can go good guy. You can go bad guy. I'll do both. As we
Hey.
go back, I'm gonna give
I
a
give
good guy
you.
and a bad guy.
He's a combination. Ludacris.
All right. Or you could do. Or you could do the hybrid. Yeah, because that's. Yeah, it's both.
Yeah,
I like Ludacris. He's one of my
Ludacris.
favorite artists of all
that's
time.
my man's dog.
Yeah.
That was my man. Like his albums, like I remember, like his first album, like Southern Hospitality.
Mm-hmm.
It was great, even though I didn't listen to it when it first came out. Because first and foremost, I was too young. I was 9 years old. My mom wasn't gonna buy me that shit.
Oh yeah. My mom, she would buy CDs. They just be the clean version.
Yeah, I couldn't. Nah, I couldn't
then-
get the clean version.
And sometimes I would double back to the store and get the explicit version.
Like
And you know, Target and Kmart at the time, all they cared about was making a buck. So
yeah, yeah. Same things happened to me when I used to buy video games.
yeah.
I go up to the little what was it, the little game store that used to be in I think it was called, I don't know what it was called.
Game Crazy.
Nah,
Or
it was on the mall.
EB KB. No, one.
I think it might have been EV Games. I think it was that jump.
It's been so many over the
Yeah,
years.
I ended up going that. I bought what was it? Dead or Alive Extreme Beats Volleyball. I didn't know what it was until I played it when I got home.
Man.
I was like, oh.
Stuff like that you supposed to have a parent with you.
Yeah.
That's
I was like 16.
yeah. That's exactly how it used to be. So I think I did like get that Ludacris album. Like my mother, she would get the albums, just the clean versions, but the clean versions would be so different.
Yeah,
You
know,
Especially a Ludacris album.
of course. Like, come on, if you gonna listen to Ludacris, you need to have the explicit version only.
Like, mom, that's his name. His name is Ludacris, so we know what we're getting ourselves into. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. Like, come on, man. It was his music was so different for its time.
It was.
Cause when he came out with his first like album,
Mm-hmm.
I remember when Roll Out came out, man. Nobody was rapping like that.
Facts.
No, not a single person. You couldn't name not one person rapping like that. And then how awkward he was. It's like
very, very awkward.
like,
But he was more so of a complete package.
yes, he was.
And then I'll say awkward. I just feel him as like a complete package. I'm gonna ask you this about Ludacris, right? So he's from Atlanta. How do you think
He's actually from Chicago, but yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm going off the South thing, because this is the narrative that I want to ask you about. How do you think he fared against like other Southern artists?
Like
I mean, because he's been in various beefs.
T.I.
Yeah, the T.I., the Lil Flip.
Like,
Yeah.
we don't even want to count that one because, you can't count Lil Flip.
Yeah,
I mean, he had Game Over. And
but you could, at that time, you could, because being underground was almost as nice as being mainstream. And Lil Flip was like the king of the underground, besides UGK and them.
Yeah.
He's like right there. He was considered right there with UGK. Now, Ludacris might have fucked that up.
man.
But
And then Mike Jones came along and shit.
yeah, and that's the next wave. You know what I'm saying? Because it was times it was like Lil Flip. He's on the radio with songs with Beyonce and shit like that. So he was at a level where he was up there.
I mean, but that was before Beyonce was like Beyonce.
She was niggas-
Popular, but
people knew what was coming.
yeah, they
Like,
knew.
I look. I knew when Beyonce got with Jay-Z, I already knew what was going to happen. Like, I 2003, I was like, yep, that's going to be crazy if they stay together. That's going to be crazy. That's going to be crazy. Like, she going to be just as iconic as him. I'm like, I called that.
if not more, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Right. I mean, as far as, like, because,
She has like the female demographic.
yeah, and being I kind of feel like being a singer, it's kind of, I'm not going to say it's easy, because Lord knows that's not easy. But the platform to be more iconic is bigger than a rapper.
Yeah, because like as far as being a singer, you know,
Singer, dancer, you're performing. You know, as a rapper, that's kind of like all you can do is get on stage. Now, unless you put together a presentation of other things happening.
yeah, like you MC Hammer or some shit. You got a whole choreographed dance number.
Yeah, but what rapper is really doing that? The heavy hitting rappers, they just bouncing around on stage rapping their songs, and that's kind of like that's kind of it. You don't have a group of, I'm about to say cheerleaders. You don't have a group of, like you said, the dance team. You don't have like the skimpy outfits. You ain't got the soothing vocals. You ain't got your ass out. You know what I'm saying? Well,
Yeah.
Prince did.
Yeah,
Some artists did. You
yeah,
know, some artists.
Prince got away with it.
Prince got his ass out. You know what I mean?
He got away with doing some real off the wall shit.
Yeah, Prince got heels on with the chaps, with the cheeks out and all
Yeah.
that. So
He got the females going though.
yeah, other than him.
Son, just like that Dave Chappelle skit, and shit, like it ain't like the one who dressed more like a bitch, the one getting the most girls.
Getting all the women. God damn. You know, I had a jury girl, you know. Yeah, that's like my favorite Chappelle skit of all time. That Prince John. Don't even come close. Don't come close, man. That's like my favorite. Like,
Yeah.
and then when you found out it was true, that make it even more like.
Yeah, because Prince did actually play basketball.
Yeah, but you still don't think like.
Yeah, you
The way he told that story, you don't think like.
exactly. You really don't think that it's true. Same thing with the Rick James thing. But
Yeah.
they did kind of like exaggerate some things, but it was true.
Right. And that, I kind of knew that was kind of true because even he was in on it as far as being in the skit. You know what I'm saying?
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah. It's like Prince wasn't in on it, so I just thought originally they was just chiming off the Rick James joke.
But a little bit off topic, bro. Charlie Murphy had an amazing life, bro.
Yeah,
R.I.P., bro.
Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy.
That man had an amazing life. He knew some great people and had some great stories to tell.
Yeah, we like that should have been like a show in itself.
Dude, it would have been classic.
The Hollywood stories, true Hollywood
That
stories.
would have been a classic.
That
They
should've been-
didn't capitalize on that shit.
Yeah, well, of course we know
The situation.
the Dave Chappelle situation.
Yeah, like
but I think
I haven't seen a Chappelle show since and shit.
I think the universe that we did get that Prince skit though, because that's like one of my funniest. Like one of like we did go off topic, but
It was for a good reason. Like you can't go off topic for anybody else but Prince, bro. Prince is amazing.
That skit was like, well, I tell you, like I'm almost crying right now. And you know what I'm saying? That's 17 years ago. You know, what I'm like that's
Yes, sir.
that's it.
Would you guys like some grapes?
Yeah. Yeah, we show up to the court. You know, we got our ball clothes on. The niggas still got the same shit on they wore at the club. You know? And then all the how he was wilding out during the game and all
Oh
that.
yeah, talking about Mickey Freed.
And, I mean him, but Prince too though. With the nigga who's like,
Said fruity picks.
yeah, said they sent me fruity picks. You know what I'm saying? Got the hands all right here. And you don't want no niggas like that setting the pick on you like that. You know what I'm saying? And then Prince boxing niggas out.
But have you actually seen what Mickey Freed looks like though?
Because I watched. It was even funny because he was doing an interview with Vlad.
Yeah.
And
unfortunately and shit like I don't fuck with that nigga. So.
I don't fuck with Vlad either, but this was before like
Yeah.
niggas was suspecting him of doing what he was doing.
Yeah.
So
But
he confirmed like everything in the skit was true too and shit, which makes it even more funny. Like you know what I'm saying?
No bullshit.
He's like, yeah, everybody was saying I look like a female,
And the nigga do look like a girl though. Like, that's the wildest shit. The nigga do look like a girl. Hey,
That's hilarious.
they got the long hair and everything with the nails and shit. Like, dog, don't go to jail, Slim.
Yeah, that's hilarious. So we gonna come back to Prince, but
I mean, you got to.
yeah,
You know what the choice.
but back to Ludacris. How do you feel like? All right, so you don't want to count Lil Flip. I feel like we
I
should.
mean,
I feel like we should.
I mean, you can count them if you want to.
Because now, I feel like it's two different time frames to look at.
Okay.
It's a legacy time frame, which we can't count Lil Flip, and then it's a in that moment time frame, which is kind of how I feel like we should count Lil Flip. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I get where you're coming from.
Yeah. So how do you feel like he fared against like? And even if you don't want to mention Lil Flip, then I got people I wouldn't want to mention other people with anyway. T.I. Worthy opponent. Worthy.
Yes, definitely a worthy opponent.
Yeah. So how do you feel like when that whole situation went down of like who's the king of the South and because people, you know, the South has this reputation of always working together and always helping next man up mentality and this and that. But people don't understand like the South goes through the same thing that other regions went through, just not as drastic.
Yeah, New York has the same shit.
Yeah.
Like LA got it.
Yeah, like it's very rare, and this was like what I used to like about New York in the beginning, is that people would admit to who was the best and who was the king. Like when Nas and Jay-Z first started beefing, and you would listen to like Jay-Z's diss songs, he would refer to Nas as the God MC. And then as the beef went on, he started referring to himself as the God MC. As you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I used to like that. Like we might have a problem, but I'm not going to demoralize you. I still recognize your greatness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, how do you feel? Like when it comes to that, what do you feel about Ludacris and the whole King of the South thing? Do you feel like he was the King of the South at that time?
At that time, I would say so. Mainly because of like his popularity within the South and how he helped to like really catapult Atlanta music as far as
Facts.
like mainstream.
Because I feel like he probably gets like he should get a big majority of that pie.
Yeah.
As far as catapulting, Lil Jon too.
Yeah, definitely Lil Jon.
But I feel like Ludacris was like,
Yeah, like how many niggas you know ain't ever saying "Move, bitch"?
it's too many
Get
songs,
out.
it's too many hits. And I didn't like his verses Nelly because I felt like Ludacris should have went against another Southern.
Yeah, he should have.
Yeah,
If he was gonna go against anybody, it definitely should have been another Southern person.
yeah.
Like,
I don't like that. I don't like that. And shout out to Nelly because Nelly is like a good guy.
yeah, that's another one of the good guys.
Good guy rapper, yeah. Like he might talk about the hood stuff, but it's not to the degree of like you're just gonna get a bunch of party songs and
Yeah,
you,
it was like a yin and yang and shit. Like
Yeah.
you gonna get a little bit of something, but it's gonna be more of the other than the rest. Like same thing. Like 50 actually did that too. Like he was hella street coming out, but then he started making like Candy Shop and all them
amusement
jumps.
park and yeah. So it's
And 21 Questions.
yeah. So it's like and that's why I say he was versatile. So you know that's the gray area. Even though he was predominantly hood, you know, he's more of a bad guy rapper on my side.
He is.
Yeah,
because that nigga toxic as fuck, bro.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think from 2000 to 2010. I'm almost for certain without saying Jay-Z because that's the runaway act.
That because you had for real, if you're gonna use Jay-Z, you gotta use him from 90s all the way to 2020.
Right. So and you see, I didn't do it this era. I said, you know, J. Cole. I'm gonna go with J. Cole. So without being super biased, I would be like 2000s to 2010. It probably was Cameron.
Well, that one was obvious.
Yes, it's like I can't cut no corners because it's like I have a super biased list. Like anybody that knows me knows this list. You know what I'm saying? So, so if it ain't Jay, it's gonna be Cam. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if I take away Cam, I'm really not gonna be able to give you like a favorite. Maybe Snoop Dogg, because he had transitioned by this time from the Death Row Snoop to the S&OPD.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's the Master P. That's the Master. I mean, the No Limit Snoop.
And back when he was going into his whole pimp phase and shit.
Yeah. See,
so that's a nigga that got longevity too, bro. You think it's like Jay-Z? Like, nah, that nigga done had some longevity.
Really underestimated too, because people don't appreciate. People don't appreciate Snoop Dogg.
This nigga done flopped in album sales on many occasions, and niggas like he's still relevant.
Yeah, because now
who bought that reggae album?
When it comes to artists flopping, your body of work determines whether a flop is acceptable or not.
Yeah,
you've been out since 1991. You can flop here and there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Now it's 2020. If you came out in 2015. You can't afford no flops right now.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Yeah, you only been out 5 years. You can't afford no flops. Snoop Dogg, especially him being this daredevil, where it's like he wants to drop a reggae album. He got a gospel album.
So my man probably go out of nowhere, come out of nowhere, and have a fucking country album.
Yeah, like if I'm reggae, and you playing all this reggae music. And I've known Snoop to make all this rap music, and all of a sudden he has a reggae album. I might not buy it. Like, I kind of feel like you might be just coming over here for money.
So, I remember when who was it that did that shit? Damn, I can't remember his name and shit. I'll probably remember it by the end of the podcast and shit.
Okay,
but I'm gonna try to touch on something else and shit. But do you remember when nigga Snoop came out with the Sensual Seduction song, like, bro?
Yeah, Sexual Eruption.
Or whatever the fuck that name.
I mean, it was censored because it was a censored, which damn near was a whole different song. Yeah, we talk about that with Ludacris.
I know, but it's not like that was the joint that I remember hearing. This shit. Like, I never really heard I never really paid too much attention to like the explicit version.
Fire.
Like, I actually got something. My man brought it way back to like the 80s. Yeah. Off his Roger Troutman shit.
Shout out Roger Troutman, man.
Yeah, R.I.P., bro.
Yeah, shout out Zapp and Roger, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I love that song.
The Computer Love, man.
Yeah.
But
that's another beat we used to do in high school. That was very popular.
What?
At the lunch table, Computer Love.
For real?
Because niggas could do that little and niggas could do that real easy.
Yeah.
You just couldn't freestyle to it.
This is another reason why Ludacris is the GOAT, bro. How many niggas used to do the little like he used to do his beat with the pencils? How many niggas did
Which one? Which beat?
You remember?
Nah. Which one?
Come on.
You gotta say it.
Come on, bro.
There's too many songs.
No, bro. You don't remember?
Can you just say it? I mean,
so it was his first. I wanna lick you from your head to your toe.
Yeah, people they used to do that. Okay.
So you don't remember that song?
I wasn't gonna remember because it's like it could have been any song. Like I don't remember. It has to come to me and shit. Like I forgot about the Zapp and Roger until you brought up Roger and shit. So yeah. Like it has to. You gotta say it. Then it comes back like people need.
Oh yeah, you need a memory refresher. I remember. Yeah. You getting older, bro. I understand.
Because the only beat that was just like super banger without thought was just grinding.
Son, that's no. But I remember specifically. Everybody at the lunch table at a desk or something with the pencil tips. It was only a few niggas that could really do it though.
Go that fast and
like
shit.
the
little. I couldn't because I would always drop one of the pencils. I would definitely drop one of the pencils.
Yeah, I couldn't pull that shit off. Yeah. I ain't gonna hold you.
Shout out to
all the niggas that could do
that. Demetrius could do that.
For real?
Yeah, we had Miss Brown class. He could do all the beats almost. So he doesn't even count because he could do like a beat that you didn't even think you could do with pencils. He'd do I Ain't Mad at You or something. You need a piano. He doing it with pencils and shit. So he was like, yeah.
Gotta love the creativity.
Definitely do. Talented nigga there. But so Ludacris, Like I said, I can go Jay-Z, Cameron,
But
I can go Snoop Dogg.
and then Cameron definitely falls under the
He's
like
bad.
the bad guy
He's a
side.
bad
Like
guy.
there's no
He's a bad
other
guy.
alternative.
Don't
there.
let him sway you because he's smooth. Cause
Yeah.
he's what you call when Michael Jackson made that song called "Smooth Criminal."
Yeah, that was like
That's a perfect example.
that was like don't let the pink fur fool you.
Yeah,
and shit.
pink fur. You know what I'm saying? All of the laid back voice, and you know,
Like that whole crew was toxic.
Super
Fucking
toxic.
Jim Jones, Joel Santana, Hell Rail, Freaky Ziggy and shit.
Ryder,
All of them toxic.
Man, what a group, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Man, if you sit back and look at like before we leave the 2000s, like what Rockefeller put together, not even just the roster that they had. That's unbelievable, right?
So they had the dream team from the 90s.
Yeah, the dream.
They had the dream teams.
Bro, that's like, it's like, essentially, it's like too much. It's like too much.
So
Like your producer,
that's three-peat worthy.
your producer starts making music and he's fire,
Yeah.
and that was unheard of at that time.
Yup.
You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
they had that like Dr. Dre could do it, but it's just like
But it wasn't a norm like it is
wasn't.
now. Like
Yeah.
now it's a norm.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't just making fire songs. He was making hits.
Yeah, like his shit is like you said. Besides like Dr. Dre, I would have to do research, but I'm quite sure at this time. Well, yeah, Pharrell.
Yeah, Pharrell was definitely fire.
Yeah,
But the thing is, Pharrell was real like inconsistent with going from
because he was like
producing and
music. He's like
music,
Dr. Dre.
yeah,
Because Dr. Dre would just do mostly
behind the scenes production.
yeah, and then every 10 years or something, you might get an album.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Same thing with Pharrell, but Kanye was all the time.
Yeah,
It was
like
like
he dropped like when Through the Wire came out.
then graduation. I mean not graduation, but
Yeah,
was
late-
it graduation?
I don't know, late registration,
Uh,
graduation.
No, it was college dropout. Yeah,
college
college
dropout.
dropout.
Yeah, college dropout, late registration. I don't know the order. Graduation.
And then I think
Uh,
to me, in a way, like, I feel as though he fell off of after 808s and Heartbreaks.
Yeah, I don't feel like he fell off.
Not-
I just felt like his picks of his hit songs was just off. Because he still had those type of songs
Yeah,
on
I mean,
albums.
he
he just
did.
wouldn't
It's
promote them.
It's like he changed his sound in general. Like what made him great, it kind of like it faded away. But I think that might have been due to after like his mother had died. I think that might have played a big part in it.
Yeah, I felt like that played a big part in like that, like how he act as far as like outside of music. But I kind of feel like his music is, although not exactly the same, it's still great music along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, but just to be a part of a team like that, you just stack.
Yeah,
Like you, and that was, I guess we can call that what, the Big Three era.
that one.
Well, that was the equivalent of
Nigga,
like
that-
basketball's Big Three era.
No,
you
nigga,
needed
that's the equivalent of the Golden State Warriors in 2017.
right, but it's like other places had that. You had the whole Shady Aftermath, G Unit thing,
But that,
and you know how, I mean, they wasn't nobody is that nobody's
Exactly.
Rockefeller, but we can't penalize everybody else either.
yeah, I can say like the Shady Aftermath was more like the Spurs. They had like the older roster that knew what they was there for.
You can't say Spurs either though, because they was flashy. They was flashy though. They just, because you got to think Eminem, 50 Cent, G Unit, Dr. Dre. Even though when he kind of got with Eminem, he was on some silly shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they Batman and Robin in the videos.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that nigga was thinking about when he did that shit. They did what was the joint called? What was it? Inner Conscious or whatever?
Guilty Conscious.
Yeah, Guilty
Yeah.
Conscious. Like that jump. I remember that song. That
Yeah,
song.
that song's actually fire.
It was.
Yeah, forgot about Dre and all that. They got some hits, but
They
they
did.
just incorporated the silly shit. Because Eminem had serious songs, but at the same time,
Yeah, a lot of fuckery.
it was a lot of I am whatever you say I am.
See, that-
and then right behind it is D12 with like My Band or Purple Pills.
Myself, sir.
Yeah,
Myself.
like, so it's hard to like, you know, you going to get this shit like this, and I'm like, all right.
It was like really hard to take him seriously.
And then you turn around and it's like, I bet some man they play this. I bet some man but nothing
Yeah.
compared to these blue man
Yellow, purple.
So it's like I don't.
And then he come out with Stan or
and
some
then
shit.
I'm like, okay, well, I can vibe with the serious shit, but what the like
Yeah.
a cool calm inside my palm, like what
It's
we
not-
saying?
When I was younger, I was a huge Eminem fan.
Facts.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was a
Facts.
huge Eminem
I
fan.
could vibe with Eminem.
But-
I still could listen to a lot of that old music. It just has to
Yeah.
be the serious. There's nothing that can make me put on purple pills.
Yeah, no.
There's no mood I can be in.
Yeah, it's not.
like
Hey, that it's like it's other genres that I really can't listen to, but
yeah, like my band was funny,
it was.
but that's nothing. Nothing's gonna make me sit here in 2020 and be like, put that my band's on.
So,
Like,
I can't really listen to it like that, but I mean, once I got to a certain, like once I got to like, I think what age was that? I think it was like 26, 27.
mm-hmm.
I kind of like fell off of Eminem a little bit. I mean, I did still listen to like his music. I remember I tried listening to Kamikaze. I listened to it once and then I ain't listened to it again.
When did that come out?
Let's see. I think 2018, 2017. Well, I think it was 2018, 2019, something like that. Because that was a little the one where he took a shot at MGK.
Oh, yeah, he lost. He lost Eminem. He lost.
So, not a lot of people agree with that.
Hey, different podcasts, different perspectives, man. That's what we here for.
I mean, no. My perspective, like MGK won.
Yeah, I feel like he won too.
Yeah.
I feel like when it's a matchup like that, I feel like the odds-on favorite has to decisively win.
Mm-hmm.
When there's two boxers going and somebody's fighting the champ, you have to annihilate the champ if you don't knock him out to win by decision.
Yeah, it was like the Manny Pacquiao, fucking Floyd Mayweather fight.
If you don't smash the champion, you're not going to win. Now, is that right? I don't know, but we know by now that's how shit works.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
because Eminem didn't smash MGK, I kind of feel like that's an automatic. Yeah.
I get where you're coming from. I get it. Like, I don't know. There's something about it. I just feel as though MGK's.
Has he ever been in a beef before in music wise?
No.
Jabu don't count. Okay, I'm gonna say Jabu.
I mean,
that's 50 Cent.
I think he won against Cannabis.
Eminem.
But yeah, I think.
Come on, man.
I think. Oh, matter of fact, I think it was a rap battle, where they like way back in the day, where he won
okay,
against.
that doesn't count. And who is he?
What?
Who is he beefing with now? Is it Snoop Dogg?
Eminem.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I think it's Snoop Dogg.
I don't know why. I don't know who the fuck he beefing with. But like, he tends to beef with people who don't want to fight back.
I think it's Snoop Dogg because Snoop Dogg they asked Snoop Dogg was Eminem in his top 10 and he said no.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
But
it's not gonna come in.
hey, that kind of like maybe like kind of. I'm not gonna say dislike him, but it's just more like, come on, bro. Like go against somebody that's actually going to give you some, like, this is gonna give you bars. I've heard people actually go at him and he said nothing.
Of course.
Like I mean seriously, like go at him.
Yeah.
Like
you pick and choose about.
I listen to like I don't know how many people actually listen to like Daylight and shit. Daylight actually has a song about him,
Yeah,
but that nigga he said nothing to him.
He's not gonna respond to Daylight.
He's not.
Yeah, I mean, on that situation, I wouldn't respond to Daylight either. He kind of gotta. I'm talking about artists.
I mean, he was.
Daylight's an artist, but he's not mainstream.
No, he's not. But I mean, at the same
now,
time,
now I wouldn't. It has to be levels to it. Like you can't just be,
I mean, you saw Tory going up against Joyner Lucas and shit. Like you saw that fuckery.
But that's they kind of like they both kind of mainstream though. They might both be at the bottom. I ain't gonna lie.
Especially Tory right now. And shit.
You know how the stream break off into the little small ass little
the G League and
little
shit.
creek and shit. That might be where niggas is at. But
did you just say the creek?
Nah, they break off.
Oh,
Like streams break off in the creeks and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah.
hey, yo, I thought, yo,
Oh nah. I'm just saying like streams break down in the nah.
uh,
That's a fan, man. Don't listen, man. Nah, but the streams they break off in the creeks and shit like that. So I'm like that might be where they at, but nah. Like no, Joyner Lucas, he's not gonna see somebody. He's not gonna see he might. It gotta be somebody of Eminem stature.
I actually think Joyner Lucas won that rap battle too. So that's my opinion, personally.
Yeah.
Because this nigga Tory Lanez talking about gun shit. Like nigga, you know.
And shout out to Joyner Lucas, man, because he got one of my favorite songs too.
That's another good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
But he trying to do too much bad now. It's like he's trying to like incorporate.
Well, he's trying to
mainstream shit. Like,
yeah, because he's trying to elevate.
I don't like that shit.
I don't either, but I understand it.
Like he pulling a Drake right now, and that shit ain't working.
Yeah, it's not working for Drake either. I don't think. Drake, just
I mean, Drake
song.
fan base too big and shit. Like they gonna like it regardless.
Right, just make the songs for the honeys, and give them something to dance to.
So,
Put Future on the song every day. That's cool.
I mean, but your favorite song, like which one was it? I never got a chance to hear it. Which one was it?
What? Oh, from Joyner?
Yeah.
Oh, the Raw song.
Oh, Ross Cappuccini.
Yeah.
That joint.
Yeah, I love that song.
Yeah, I like that song. Like that's actually the song that I found him on. Was the Ross Cappuccini song.
Yeah,
And
very,
his
very talented storyteller.
yeah, he is.
You tell a good story. I like it, man. I like it.
And like if you look at his videos, like he directs them. Like this,
Yeah.
he's a filmmaker.
Yeah. I'm hip. Yeah.
Son, like
Yeah.
that multifaceted type of artist, like I love that. And his album, little 508, 507, 2209, like that whole album was fire. I listened to that whole album multiple times.
Yeah. I didn't listen to it multiple times because it ain't catch me like that. But yeah, shout out to Joyner.
I didn't say it catch me like that, but
Yeah.
man, this shit caught me, dog.
Yeah, I mean, we're different. You're more underground. You like the underground sound more.
Yeah, I do.
I'm more mainstream.
Like in the early 2000s, well not 2000, but the 2010s, huge Big Crit fan.
Yeah, I like Big Crit.
Huge Big Crit fan.
Yeah, but I mean, kind of, Big Crit really doesn't count though. Like the ones who were underground and surfaced to the mainstream, and then went back underground, they kind of don't count. That's why I never bring up UGK or like
Come on, bro.
Mike Jones and Lil Flip, and like that's kind of like cheating.
That's not cheating.
It is because it's like UGK is like they're like super underground in like the whole '90s, and then get on Big Pimpin' with Jay-Z, and now they're just like in the stratosphere, and then like they go back underground because they say they don't like mainstream. I get it. Go back underground, and then they pop out with Outkast with the International Players Anthem. And then it's like, no, y'all not going nowhere this time. I gotta say, up until Pimp C died, rest in peace, Pimp C. But I can't. Yeah, I can't go nowhere. Nah, like you can't keep doing this. You know what I mean?
Now it's 2 Chainz. Pimp C back. What the fuck is up, man?
I mean, he not Pimp C, but
I respect the song. You ain't never heard his song? Like
I
Pimp C
heard the
back?
song. But that's not Pimp C though.
I know it's not, but
yeah.
I just made me think of the song.
I appreciate the homage, but
nigga, I just love the song. I mean, as far as 2 Chainz, like right now and shit, like I preferred him more as Titty Boy, and he was another one of the toxic niggas and shit.
Definitely
he was the bad guy.
Yeah,
man.
More balanced now.
So dope to his moms and all that shit. I was like, God damn.
Yeah,
can you be any worse?
Yeah, see, the artists that do that kind of stuff is like, that's out of control.
Yeah.
That's out of control.
I'm like, son, I mean, at least he addressed it, like, in multiple albums. And, I mean, as of right now, I remember, like, the little rapper Go to the League jump, that I can listen to back to back because it had a lot of substance to it.
Right.
I remember the old Titty Boy, like when he was still Titty Boy.
Right.
I remember him as Titty Boy. Like he used to have those songs where he's rapping, but it's just like it's so melodic, and it's captivating. Like it's just drawing you in. Because I remember when I first heard like Up in Smoke.
Okay.
Up in Smoke was a terrific song, and that was off of his it was off of which joint was it? It might have been. It wasn't Trappavelli 2. It was the mixtape that came next. I can't remember which one was it. But as a matter of fact, it might have been off of Trappavelli 2. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It might have been off Trappavelli 2 because that mixtape is what really put him on the map. And
As Titty Boy.
yeah,
Yeah. So I wasn't back then in that era. I wasn't a big mixtape person.
Shit.
Only mixtape people I would listen to would be like Rockefeller stuff.
yeah, I was big on mixtapes in general. And shit. I was listening to like that Trappavelli 2 joint was extra fire, dog. Like that whole mixtape to me at that point in time. I mean, because as of right now, I don't really like listen to it that much, but at that point,
Yeah.
I was listening to it.
2000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I don't know. It wasn't too. It was like 2000, like say like 2014, 2013, something like that.
I thought he was 2 Chainz by then, though, right?
No, he wasn't. He was still Titty Boy around that time. I think, because I think it was it 2013? It could have been earlier than that, like around 2011.
It might have been
like
early, yeah, because I think 2014. That's kind of like I think he was 2 Chainz then. And he's been 2 Chainz for a minute now.
Well, he's always been two Chainz.
I'm talking about officially.
Yeah.
Like music wise,
Yeah.
I think he's been 2 Chainz since about there. I think that's about right.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, that shit was fire, dog. I mean, I was listening to it consistently for weeks. I mean, I'm playing my video game or something, turn on that Trappavelli 2. I'm walking to work, Trappavelli 2. And through Titty Boy is actually how I found out about Sci-Hi the Prince. Oh my goodness, man, that's one of my favorite artists.
Okay.
Like one of my favorite artists. Like he goes in my top 5. When we talk about the top 5 and shit, like that nigga goes in there.
So this is recently, or this is like all time, or because you didn't?
Yeah, all time.
You didn't
all time. He goes.
You didn't give a top 5.
Yeah, all time. All time he goes in my top 5.
Yeah. Okay. So next time we do one of these, you gotta have official top 5. Because you couldn't give me 5 last time, and now we get one person from the top 5.
I mean, because it's just so many. Like
yeah,
I just know too many artists now. Like
that everybody knows too many artists.
I listen.
You don't listen to no more music than now. You might listen to different people, but the amount of music everybody intakes are probably the same amount of music, and we can all do top 5. So you can do top 5.
It's so much variety, bro.
Yeah, I mean everybody make a choice. I heard like a million artists from the time I was born to now. I still got top 5. I got top 5 hip hop rap. I got top 5 all time where it's only that Jay-Z and Tupac the only 2 rappers on the top 5 list. Like I got multiple top 5s. Like
I mean, if you give me top 5 lyricists and shit, I can give you that. But it's
like I got top 5 entertainers all the time. Like let me see.
I just really wasn't in like the business of like ranking. Like
got
really.
to.
Like, especially if it's too high.
You listen to music on your phone?
I listen to music consistently on my phone.
Right. Whatever you listen to music on, that has it ranked by what you're listening to. It has the play times and all that.
It does.
So that would and don't say it'll be even because it's not.
No, I mean I'm not gonna say it's gonna be even.
Right.
But
so whoever
like what I listened to, like just this morning.
That would be your favorite.
No.
Whoever has the most time, that would be your favorite.
Okay. All right. Here. I'll give you an idea. Like, a lot of the music that I listen to, like some of my favorite artists, aren't really on like my phone as far as like being rankable, because it's like they're set up in my app and actually saved to my phone, so you can't really rank them because I don't have.
So what do you is it that? Well, how you listen to the music that's saved on your phone?
I use like some app that plays like my saved music.
That probably ranks it though.
But
you probably just don't know it.
Hey, but I don't listen to it that often because it's already on like my phone and shit. But I'll listen to shit on like YouTube Music and stuff like that. Like just this morning, I was listening to different genres, bro. This morning, I ended up listening to Seether. I was listening like it's rock band, and I was listening to their whole album. Like,
No, I'm not. I'm now because that has nothing to do with what we're saying.
I
though.
understand that, but it's just
you going
I,
off topic.
I'm not going.
You listening to different kinds of artists doesn't answer the question of who do you listen to the most. Like that has, like I said, we all listen to different types of music. I got rock on my phone. I got rock, country. It doesn't matter. You have a top 5. So whether you want to admit it or not, your phone will answer that question.
It's just how I feel as of right now. Like I can go from listening to pretty much
anything,
anybody to anybody else.
Who do you listen to the most is the question. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who all the different types you listen to. We all do that.
If that's the case, then you would put King ISO as like number 1. That will be the.
You would.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't put him as like number 1.
If you listen to him the most, that's got to be your favorite.
No,
yeah.
Just because he's my favorite doesn't mean he should be in the top 5 all time.
You listen to him the most, that's probably your favorite, bro.
No, I'm not biased based on my personal preference. I'm biased. I'm not gonna say I'm biased, but I'm gonna say that I will rank somebody where they deserve to be ranked. As far as like,
if I was to look at your phone and King ISO got 30 hours of playtime.
He probably had more than that.
I'm just giving an example, and that's the most of any artist in your phone. I'm going to be like, okay, he likes King ISO the best. Like that's how. But it works. You can't talk around that.
If you can get it like a collective of how much I've listened to like Sci-How, Big Crit, you probably get it the same amount.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm asking is who is the most. You're taking it to all different types of music.
But the thing, I wouldn't rank them that high though. Like as far as Big Crit, I wouldn't rank him in like the real high in the top 5. Like matter of fact, in like the top 10. I wouldn't rank him that high, but I do know his lyrical prowess is actually really, really good. Actually taken away from the fact that people when he first came out, they was like, oh, he can't understand him. He's too southern and shit like that.
Which was true, kind of true.
It was stupid.
When it first came out.
To me, it was kind of stupid. But nigga, I was heavy into Big Crit back then.
Yeah.
But
when Big Crit came out, if he was to come out like that nowadays, he probably would flourish.
He probably would have.
Because now you can sound like just about anything.
Yeah.
You can rap anything. You don't got to be on beat. No, like niggas is all beat. You know, niggas whisper. Niggas yell.
Like, whole time, like
music is the essence. Music is in its essence right now. You literally could just make any kind of music and flourish nowadays.
Yeah. And another thing, Big Crit was one of those little hybrids and shit.
Yeah, he was.
It wasn't like he was a shoot 'em up type nigga.
He was.
No, he wasn't.
He got songs like that.
He has some of them similar, but he was more of.
There's no such thing as being similar.
He was more of like a. I'm gonna pimp these hoes type thing. That was him. That was the toxic. That was
even worse.
Yeah, that was the toxic type shit right there.
Yeah, definitely a bad guy. But
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put it back because he still has songs like
you got girls selling themselves. You bad. I don't give a fuck what the sunny day songs talking about. You got bitches out here selling themselves.
But that was just what he talked about. He didn't really do it.
I ain't gonna say. I was about to say that. We don't know.
But then no. But though he gets really heavy kudos for the shit that he was talking about, regardless or outside of that though. Like he wasn't heavily into that. Like as far as having how I say it, like his first couple of mixtapes and stuff like that, you'll probably get maybe 2 songs like that. Then the rest of it, it's bars, and then it's after that you go into. All right, maybe I'll give him I'll probably give him maybe 6 or 7 songs will be like, I'm thinking it'll probably be just that mellow that also will give you like that inner working vibe. Like I really feel what this dude is talking about. Like he'll touch your soul with some shit. Like it'll be like almost like a gospel what you listening to.
Right.
And that's what he would give you. So he was so versatile with a lot of the stuff that he did. That's what made me like him so much. And the fact that he did make his own beats, that was another thing that drew me to him. So personally, I wouldn't put him in the category as the bad guy.
He's the bad guy.
He was gray area.
Nah, that's not.
That's gray area.
He's a bad guy.
How is it bad?
He's more bad than good.
How is he more bad than good?
He's definitely more bad than good.
How? Give me a reason as to what.
Pimping and killing. That's two different lanes on the bad side. So give me two different lanes on the.
All right, so you telling me 50 Cent could?
We didn't say he was a good guy. We
All
said
right.
50 was a bad guy.
Matter of fact, nah, we're gonna go back to Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar had songs.
I'm the one that said he was a bad guy.
No, you said he was. You gave him gray area.
Yeah, but I was pushing towards bad because you was the one that was.
We agreed to gray area though.
You was the one.
But we agreed to gray area
because you wouldn't compromise. You was the one that was saying. I mean, he's a good. Remember the album, Good Guy,
good,
Mad City.
Good
I was,
Kid,
the,
Mad
I was
City.
the one saying nah. Like
I would no, bro.
Like, y'all listen to the beginning of this podcast. You clearly.
All right, so then you will have to put. What? Why? All right, put J. Cole in there too.
You can
put J. Cole in back.
J. Cole he don't talk about shooting people or selling bitches or nothing. He is literally this. You get the same thing with J. Cole literally his whole career in different variations.
Photograph. There was also the song he had on.
We talk about having sex with a girl. That's not pimping a girl. That's not like
what's wrong with son.
Don't say what's wrong with pimping.
I'm not gonna say what's wrong. No. What's wrong with him as of right now? Like talking about it in a couple of songs and then
he doesn't talk about that at all. He's not talking about pimping girls. He never.
I'm talking about Big Crit.
That's wrong.
So is killing somebody.
Right. Which is why he's on the bad side because he does both. He talks about both. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like it's all right.
Nah, son.
It's all right.
Like you can't put Big Crit on the side of just being bad when he has 10 times more good than bad.
I don't know that though.
Then where does Drake lie?
I don't know. We talked about that earlier too.
But you said he's more like the gray area,
right? Because I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like that's where you put him at. When you just don't know, like yeah. I would say Drake is a bad guy. I don't care. Like it's not. You can't say J. Cole. All I know is you can't say J. Cole is a bad guy. He's probably the only person that is. Well, I ain't gonna say in this era because we can probably go back way further.
Yeah, it's quite a few.
Yeah, like as far as like all the artists in my. And on my top list, you really can't say none of them is good except for J. Cole. The only gray area, and it's not gray because he does both. Is Nas would be Nas, and that's the same thing that you're saying about Big Crit. It's like as much as Nas got the good music, he got the bad shit too.
So you're just saying, all right, just give him half and half.
No, I wouldn't. I'm saying that would be the only sake of debate. Would be Nas because nobody else is like I can't think of nobody in hip hop and rap. Of course, I can go outside of that, but no, it's like that's just my list. That's who I listen to. Yeah, the bad guy. Like
I listen to all types. It don't even matter what type it is, really. And as long as I can understand you and you're not just heavily like one sided, yeah, we good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just listening to music.
Exactly. Like, I prefer music, just in general. Not unless the shit is just fuckery. if it's just fuckery, I will never listen to 6ix9ine or no fucking Lil Pump or nothing like that. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Lil Pump. I heard a couple of Lil Pump.
I can't
songs,
listen
but it's
to
not. It was somebody else's song, and he just happened to be on them. So it was good songs, but his songs. Well, no, because I heard one. I don't know. I haven't heard his overall body, so I know he talks about drugs a lot. But the songs that I've heard were like regular. They were like regular hip hop love type songs. You know what I'm saying? So.
I think nowadays there's just too many goddamn bad guys or people that want to portray as the bad guy.
Because that's what sells.
It's unfortunate, but yeah.
And you got to think, like, this is, like I say all the time, like we say in person, on Facebook, in these groups, it's a business at the end of the day. We look at it from the consumer standpoint. That's why we can pick apart and articulate what we want to hear, what we don't want to hear. They sign contracts to make money. So they're going to go with unless you just have that machine, like you can say J. Cole, you got Jay-Z behind him. Kendrick got Dr. Dre, like Drake. Well,
Yeah.
his machine turned on him.
Hey, nigga, his machine turned out to be a fucking tricycle.
Yeah, but for the while he did have the machine, you got that where you can kind of just go do your thing, and then you get to a level where no matter what you say, you're gonna sell regardless type of ordeal. Then you're gonna be good. But as for the ones who not like that, the ones who got to start from the bottom, they're just gonna do what they think is hot, and they're gonna try to do it better than the other people. But we'll get to all that because we're approaching the time limit right now. We actually surpassed the time limit, but
hey,
you got any final thoughts? Are we still stuck in the 2000s right now?
yeah. As far as 2000s, we all kind of stuck here, and let's see. Next time we could probably jump into the 90s to maybe the 80s or something like that.
Where there's plenty of more good guy rappers in the 90s and 80s.
Oh, good man.
I
Thankfully,
think, yeah, I think.
like even in R&B, it was so much variety and shit.
Yeah, even R&B now. There's still good guys out right now.
Yeah, but then you got the
A lot of bad guys.
Yeah.
Though. Now R&B nowadays is balanced.
Yeah.
You're gonna get the nigga singing to you about stealing your girl and all
Shit,
that shit.
like, you listen to The Weeknd, there ain't nothing but toxicity.
Yeah, it's like The Weeknd, Chris Breezy.
Chris Brown didn't even start out like that though.
He didn't. He's actually a good guy. Him and Trey Songz.
Yeah.
Two good guys.
Yeah, dog.
Good guy. You get a little older, you go through a couple of bad breakups, and you can just
Yeah, he start beating women and shit and all that. Yeah.
Trey Songz and what they say he was doing, sexually intimidating women.
Yeah, dog.
I think Keke Palmer said that. That's my boo too.
I don't fuck with her like that though.
I fuck with her. Yeah, I see her one time. I'm gonna go smack.
Hey,
If I'm not in a relationship.
I'm
by
telling Courtney.
then. Yeah, if I'm not dating Courtney by then.
Yeah, I'm telling Courtney that you trying to see somebody else. All right. So that means like she up for grabs with Cornell. All right, Cornell, you got it, bruh.
Well, not Cornell. He already know he gonna have to see me and shit. So, he probably take a little boxing lessons right now and all that. I'm about to start doing the same.
You gonna roll up and that they gonna pull a. It's gonna be like Jake Paul. He thought you was.
I'm about to start taking some trainings too, so I ain't gotta go out like Nate did. The 1-2. Yeah, my man was laying down for like 10 minutes though.
But the funny thing is,
when you watch boxing, I feel like they gotta do something about when niggas get knocked out.
like,
Because when niggas get knocked out, I know it's like a part of the fight, and that's what people want to see. But they be keeping the camera on you for mad long, and you like watching Nate just be laid out, like not knowing where he was at for that long. That shit was outside.
hey, that's fucked up, though.
It is and it's like
The way you describe it, it just makes it sound even worse.
Cause he's like laying, and look, they like he's stretched out still, and they interviewing the other nigga in front of him. So the camera is showing like Cuz getting interviewed, talking to Cuz holding the mic, and in the background you can see Nate still stretched out in the ring, and the two trainers is like talking to him and this and that. And I'm like, bro, like you do the interview somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? like something like that's just they gotta do something about that. I be feeling sorry. Now I done cracked my fair share of Nate jokes.
No, I haven't.
I have, because I the first thing I said is, especially when the Mike Tyson fight happened, and that was as trash as it was, I was saying like, damn, I should have went to bed when Nate went. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's fucked up.
but
That's really fucked up, dog.
I'm gonna give me some training then, though, so I ain't got.
Man, I apologize for laughing. It was kind of funny, but it's really fucked up,
That's just
dog.
funny. That's just funny. So that's how Cornell gonna be if he trying to fight me over Courtney, son.
So you don't
And
know.
that nigga Curry too, man, because he's starting to pop up in a lot of them videos, man. I don't like that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just insecure.
Well,
About
yeah.
my light skin pretty one. When you seen what happened to with Trainer earlier, man. I'm about to go ham, so I'm like, oh yeah, y'all cute.
Yeah, this wasn't even about girls.
It wasn't.
Man.
It's about music, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get into these last 30 seconds right now, then
This man, dog, I can't deal with you, man.
Yeah.
Why you always gotta do this? Every episode.
I mean, hey, this is what we do, man.
Nah, man.
That's what I do.
Like, why did we have to mention Trina?
What was that, man? I couldn't help it, man. You know, you brought up Courtney, and then one light skinned girl turned to another, and now it's like, in my mind, just a bunch of vanilla snow cones right now. So I'm just thinking that shit.
That's fucked up, dog. That's real fucked up.
It ain't. Oh, they beautiful though.
They are.
Yeah, I love them to death. I love them a little too much because the way I be reacting, I got to meditate more. I'm starting tonight. I'm gonna meditate, like, you know. But anyways, this is Teddy,
Yeah, I'm Tony.
and we out.